Hi, I'm Jonathan from PTFS Europe, and what's on my mind today is holdings metadata, and more specifically in KBART format or KBART 2. So KBART is an ISO standard that describes holdings metadata. It has its own page on the ISO website, and it's not in 2211, it's not in 2311, but coming very soon is the ability to import KBART 2 files into Koha through the ERM module. So before I show you that, I'll just talk a little bit more about KBART itself. So KBART is a NISO defined standard for holdings metadata, and publishers will use this to describe the metadata that they hold. So that might be ebooks or e-journals and so on. Publishers will provide KBART files for libraries, and that allows you to import that data into your library management system or other system. Obviously, if you're using something like the Holdings IQ integration with Koha through the ERM module, then your metadata is synchronized in real time with that knowledge base. But in many cases, you don't have the ability to manage your packages and titles in that way. And that's where KBART becomes useful, because it allows you to bulk import data into your ERM module without the need to connect to some external source. So just to give you a little bit more information about KBART, the UKSG website provide a whole page on KBART, which provides a number of useful sort of links and bits of information. So things like the data fields that are involved in a KBART file. So you get a list of metadata fields here that you might expect in your file. And if we just go and have a look at our Koha system, and we just go into ERM and look at local titles and create a new title, you can see that it matches very similar to what's in that module there. In addition to that, there's a link through to the registry, the NISO KBART registry, and this is really a list of publishers and where they provide links to their KBART data. So a lot of the publishers will provide you with this data. It's freely downloadable. You could just go and get it. So, for example, for this sort of demo now, I've gone to Springer Nature. And you can see that their admin portal allows you to download KBART files for all their collections. Now let's just see how that works practically in Koha. If I go back to the ERM module and I go back to titles, you can see in the future we've got this new link here, import from a KBART file. Now, before you could do this, you need a package, because a KBART file is title information and it's titles that are available in a package. So just to save time, I've already created a package, a local package called Springer Nature, and I'm going to import the titles into that. So I'm going to use the import from KBART file button. It explains to you here that it must be in a delimited format. So it's expecting a very specific format. If the format is not correct, and it's going to tell us that straight away and warn us that the file format is not correct. So there's some validity checking of the KBART file itself. So I'm going to just grab a file that I prepared earlier, and I want to add it to the Springer Nature package that I prepared earlier. Now I'm just going to submit this, and what that has done is to create a background job for the progress. So let's just look at that background job, and let's just refresh it, and you could see that it's now processing that file. Looks like it's got just over 1,000 lines in it, so it's just going to take a few seconds to process that. But once it has done, you can see it'll end up in our title section alongside that package. So there we go, 1,078 titles. Let's just go back here and go back to our titles. And here we are. These are all the titles that have been created. we could see all the metadata that's come in that file, and we could see the package that it's linked to. So if we go to the package Springer Nature, we can see that now contains all these titles. So it's a great way to get KBART metadata into your system quickly and bulk load titles rather than having to create them one by one. And it's something that's coming to Koha very soon. We're very excited about it, and we hope you will be too. So we'll see you next time.